welcome everybody. It's Matt here, and I'm joined again with Nick, and we are doing another Team of the Month video, and this one's a little bit different than our other ones. We're not really going to cover all the teams, we're actually just going to talk about one specific team, and the reason this team has brought to the forefront is why, Mr. Nick?
Because this one is probably one to hit the ban list.
Yeah, so...
Because it can do the most damage, and you can't prove me otherwise.
Yes, it's basically, for those who don't know, the upcoming Team of the Month is basically most damage wins. So it's going to be all the worst, the best of the worst is what we're calling it. And this one, I wasn't originally going to ban until Nick has convinced me, or is going to try and convince me, that this can be a consistent kill within 5 turns. Do you want to just kind of, we've got the team on the screen here, do you want to just kind of walk through the parts of it here?
Okay, so the main part is probably the Professor X and Clayface engine. If you're doing any sort of turn 3 global escalation or golden or just speedy kill, you need those 2 globals. Because the Professor X is pay a mask and move up to 2 sidekick dice from your use pile to your prep area, the OG PXG. It's incredibly good because you can do it on the opposing turn when there is no out of play. And then the Clayface lets you spend a mask to bring in any die from your use pile into your reserve pool on any energy face. So it's an easy way to bring in a die, like say Pim Particles in this case, as a 2 masks to feed your Professor X engine. And so that's another component that you're going to want on a lot of the speedy teams, is a cheap mask character. The 1-cost Morphing Jar is popular, but honestly, any 2-cost that goes towards your win condition works. And so I chose Pim Particles because Overcrush is fun. It's another good choice. As far as consistency goes, Parallax is pretty cool, because if you miss your roll, you're probably not going to hit your damage goal. And he lets you spend 1 energy to reroll any number of dice before your attack step. And so you get what you need when you need it, hopefully. And then really the rest of your team can just go towards the win con. Find something that's going to deal a lot of damage and a lot more damage, and see if you can win that way. And so I chose to go with the infinite damage Giganta, using the Robin Teen Titans team leader that lets you spin dice up and down as long as you have 2 active Teen Titans characters and another on an energy face. Then you can infinitely spin characters, which is great, because while Giganta is active, when a character die spins up, each of your Giganta character dice gets +1 attack and +1 defense. So infinite spinning, infinite +1s, and then you give it Overcrush, and they cry.
Yes, I've been on both sides of this combo. It's actually entertaining to pull off, and very sad when you get hit by Infinity.
I think it's the quintessential cool combo. Like,
yeah.
It never quite hit a competitive stride because there's too many moving pieces. But that time you pull it off, you just sit back and laugh.
Well, I know when
everyone can cheer.
When I played it, Clayface didn't exist, so Clayface sure makes it easier.
Yes, and that's hopefully what I'm going to try and do.
So that's the team. Kree Captain's your discount. Pizza's just there for lulls.
I like pizza.
Okay. I was curious.
It's the mid-match snack break.
That's right. Well, with only 5 turns, you'll have lots of time for the pizza break there. So
yeah.
So let's switch
and
over.
Honestly, energy field is another throwaway that it doesn't matter.
Right. So let's we've switched over to your screen now. So are you going to just go for it and show us how it can happen in 5 turns? Do you want to kind of walk us through what kind of an ideal set of turns would be? Like, how do you want to do this?
So the goal is within 5 turns. You need Robin in the field. You need Wonder Girl in the field. You need Giganta in the field. These both cannot be level 1. Well, no, they both can't be level 3. Otherwise, you have to spend some energy to manipulate. But then you also need a Wonder Girl in your reserve pool on energy and play the Pim Particles and win. So this one is a lot more elaborate than most turn 3s, but turn 3s usually have a damage threshold. This one does not. And so that's probably another point to a lot of these combos is you really want to maximize the dice that you purchase. You don't need to buy everything. That's why half the team can be Professor X, Clayface, Ramp. Just get a few dice that are going to deal a lot of damage. And so that's really the goal, is to have this by turn 5.
Okay. Seems reasonable. So you're going to do a live go at it, and we're going to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Why
this
practice when you can just do it?
this is... Why don't we do it twice? We'll do it once with you going first and once with you going second.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll
I think going second is even easier, just because.
Okay, well, let's go with you going first, and this is turn 1.
All right. Turn 1, you roll, and this is the crucial roll, probably. You need 2 masks. So that's horrible. All right, we reroll all of it. Hey! There you go. Because now you can spend 2, grab your Pim Particles, you can Clayface your Pim Particles, and you're ready to PXG.
Okay,
so I pass turn.
And then it's passed back.
These move to you. And then during the opponent's priority, when they pass to you, you spend these 2 masks. Where is it? Once for PXG, twice for PXG, and you've got 4 sidekicks in prep, and I'm ready for my next turn.
Okay, so turn 2 starts.
So turn 2, I draw my other 4 dice, and now I'm rolling 8 sidekicks. And that should be another goal of this. You shouldn't need a bag. Whoops. There's that. He's spun off as a sidekick, which really, I know I need a mask. I want 2 masks, actually. But a fist, a shield, those aren't bad. Sidekicks are probably the worst thing. Okay. So I've got that, and that, because from here, what we can do is spend a mask to Clayface. Now I've got this as my ramp engine, and now I'll spend the rest of my energy as I feel, getting whatever dice I need. So I'll use 3 shields. Actually, gotta make sure I use enough energy. Oh no, this is fine. Because I can do 3 shields to buy Robin, 2 shields to buy to buy Wonder Girl. And from here, pass priority. And they do whatever they need to, probably prepping as well. And then you pass turn. And so from here, all you need to do is prep all your dice. Now, this bolt wasn't so great. It would have been nice to use it, but it's going to work out. Because I can use both of these to Professor X, prepping 4. Then Clayface, you can pull this back because the out of zone or out of play does not exist. And then you can Professor X once and twice, the second one only moving 1 sidekick this time. And so I have 7 sidekicks over here in my prep. I let them finish their turn. And then on my clear and draw, I move my last sidekick over, draw 4 dice, and I'm rolling everything again.
And we are on turn 3 now, correct?
Yes. So turn 3. This is where we go again. The goal here, I need to eventually get Robin and Wonder Girl in the field. I don't really care if I get this Wonder Girl in the field. So she's probably fine if she's energy. Sidekicks aren't great. I don't want that as energy. I do want some masks. And I still need to purchase a Wonder Girl and a Giganta. So I need some fists. So that's probably going to help. Yeah. I just need a lot of fists. So let's reroll these 6. And I at least got that. And so this is probably fine. We'll spend 1 bolt, because I don't have any bolt characters I care about, to field Robin. We'll decide on the sidekick in a moment. But I can spend, let's say these 2 to purchase a Wonder Girl. Clayface her in. And now I can spend Kree-Captain Global and 2 more to get the Giganta. Check. So I've now purchased everything I need, and I've actually got spare energy to boot. So let's parallax a sidekick. And why not? Let's parallax another time because I'm wasting energy. There we go.
Now, what was your reason for doing that?
What's that?
What was the reason for doing that?
Mostly so that I get more dice into the used pile. Because I need the energy spent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's still good. Otherwise, I made a pretty big mistake. But oh well.
We'll see what happens here. Okay, so you've passed
All
priority
right,
now?
This is going to turn. Yeah, you pass priority. They do their thing. And then we go. Actually, there are probably better ways to spend that energy using globals instead of... That way I can keep my masks. But from here, we PXG twice. We Clayface. And then, yeah, this is where I've gone overzealous. Because now I have this spare bolt. I need to PXG twice, 1 and 2. And so I'm not actually going to draw everything I need.
Okay. So we start turn 4, and this is where things could go off the rails a little bit.
Yeah, but honestly, as long as I either don't draw... As long as I draw these 3,
yeah,
I can not draw one of these 2.
Well, see what happens.
So, shake the bag. Regardless, I'll get it by the 5th turn. 1, 2. There we go. I guess these were the only 2 that had to be drawn. But this is everything you need, because there's ways around this. Alright.
Did you just get
There's a
everything
Wonder
you need?
Girl. There's Pim Particles. I need to roll her. I think the sidekicks don't really matter, because you can take care of that in a moment. I need 2 of these and that. Yep. Yeah, so we'll just roll for energy, just in case you need PXG, or you need Parallax. And there's a Giganta. So from here, even though there's a Wonder Girl in the bag, let's pretend I brought another die for my card. I can spend 2 energy to field these, and oddly enough, everything is on level 2.
Which is perfect for you.
Which is perfect, because now I can spend 2 on a Wonder Girl, Clayface her in, and now I meet the conditions for Robin. I can spin these two up and down as many times as I want, not creating an infinite loop because it stops whenever I choose.
Yep.
Give Giganta Overcrush and +1 attack onto infinite.
So it's infinite +1.
Infinite +1. And the best part is I can even spend this fist to spin her up once and make her a level 3 as she just goes across really big.
So it's doable. That was turn 4, correct?
That was turn 4.
Yeah.
5 turns is too many.
5 turns seemed fair, though. Give people a chance
to
get over that. So I think, unfortunately, I agree with you. I didn't want to ban a lot of stuff in this one, but I think based on the win condition or the scoring condition we've set out, Giganta can't exist because she wins automatically.
Yeah, I think a simple, if you have the chance to go infinite, you lose.
Yeah, I don't think there's, because I was talking with Laurier about this, and there's a couple other infinite combos out there, but I don't believe they can be done in 5 turns like this one.
How many of the infinite combos don't break the
rules or the
infinite game or the infinite loop ruling?
That I don't know. I'd have to look closely, but
because there aren't too many truly infinite.
No, there's not that many of them, but this is one that's truly infinite and follows all the rules of the game. So yeah, unfortunately, as much as I love this combo and I would love to see it played, I don't think we can have it played because as soon as someone scores once with that, they've won the night. So then we'd have to score infinity plus.
Yeah, I think the 5 turns is going to be interesting because you can win in 3 turns, and that's what the Death Race did, was how much can you do in 3 turns.
Yeah.
But I think with 5 turns there's enough variance and maybe build up to go higher.
Yeah, that's kind of the one. Well, the reasons for the 5 turns over just the 3 was just if you flub a roll, it gives you a chance to kind of come back, and just to let the damage fly. So that's the whole point of this event is you're gonna punch your opponent in your face, your opponent's gonna punch you in the face, and you're gonna have a good time. We're not gonna be letting anything that's going to be stopping things in the game. So in this case, you're not worried about static field or the mirror global or things like that. Big E, I guess, is the newer thing that's out there. But basically, it's free reign. Like, there's going to be little to no control going on here.
Would you say it's out of control?
Never.
Okay.
So, amazingly, this was done in one take. I was actually expecting a few. So, I'm quite impressed with that, and like I said, you sold me on it, unfortunately, because, like I said, I love this combo, and I wouldn't have minded seeing it, but based on the rules, I don't think she can exist. So the Infinite Giganta combo, as of right now, is the only banned combo for this event. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Anything?
Yeah, unfortunately, that means I need to come up with another idea. Because as soon as we discussed this, I was like, oh, I'll do Infinite Giganta.
Well, the good news is Reg and Mike were kind enough to do a series of videos, which we'll hopefully link to in this one, where you can check out all the teams that were part of the original Death Race, and all of those teams are viable except one. One does have a card that is on the WizKids ban list now, the Beholder. So that
Oh,
team is out, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, probably good. But everything that's on the official ban list from WizKids is also out. So unfortunately, of the, I think it was 12, or was it 12 teams in the original Death Race?
I think it was, because 4 got a first round bye.
Oh, okay, so yeah, so of the original 12, 11 are still eligible. So if you are struggling to build for this, there's 11 teams for you. Pick one, go for it.
Hashtag WOG.
And I think we'll end on that note, sir. Thanks again for participating in this, and I'm impressed. I didn't think it was possible in 5, so good for you.
Did it in 4.
Thanks for watching.